Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I've got another war style planning video for you guys in this one, where we're gonna look at 4 bases because I've got 2 accounts and they've got like 2 hits on each. So we're just gonna dive into some bases that I've selected over here and how you can figure out the weaknesses that are there on each base and how you can exploit them for your attacks. This is going to be very helpful for the upcoming CWL as well. I'm not going to be using any of the event troops, they're going to be all normal armies. So let's just dive right into some good plans. Okay, so the first base over here is like, I was just looking at this base. I'm going to try to pick 4 fresh bases for you guys. So we have no information on where the traps are, we don't know what the CC is. It's going to be a complete fresh hit. We have no knowledge of anything on the base, and we're just going to try to pick apart certain weaknesses that we can find on the base. So if we just have a look at this base, like we can see it's like an anti-3 style base. It's not exactly a diamond. It's pretty well spread. This rage tower over here is very compact, but yeah, that's fine. It forces the rest of the base to be extremely spread out. And what actually that does is it allows us to have a queen charge going on somewhere on the base. So when you see spread out defenses like this, there's not much protecting the town hall. We can either have a sui dive for the town hall or we can have a queen charge for the town hall. So it doesn't have to necessarily be the town hall, it can be anywhere on the base where there's not too much damage on your queen. Even like this compartment over here or like these inferno compartments, they're extremely light on damage compared to say this area. So a queen charge becomes very easy on bases like this, so that's one weakness that you can definitely exploit. And I just noticed that there's no mortars or X-bows in this area, so this entire area can be taken down with a flame flinger actually. So this wizard tower is going to be a threat. There might even be Teslas over here, so I'm going to have to bring some sort of tanky troops, you could say, maybe a Yeti to place over here, right over here. So if I place a flame flinger right over here, it should go to it should grab like this much of value. And since I'm hoping for like 2 of the infernos to go right over here with the flame finger, what I can do is I can have the queen kind of attack a different area of the base. So I was thinking that okay, now that the flame flinger is going for this area on the base, maybe I can have the queen go for the town hall, and hopefully if I can break this poison tower over here, then she can grab the scouter shot as well. It's not a guarantee, we're going to have to be careful with our wall breaks a little bit, but it should be good for us. But all in all, that kind of handles the left side of the base, like this much of the base, and that leaves like the right side of the base, you could say. So I was thinking of maybe doing a Lalo for this area, just this much, nothing too fancy. I can have the king like roaming out and go inside over here, so to help with the eagle artillery takedown. But overall, I think this plan is good. The weaknesses that we're exploiting over here is the spread out nature of the base and the fact that you can grab 2 infernos right at the beginning of the attack, and just start dealing some damage to the queen. We take on the warden as well. Overall, I think it's a good plan. And once again, with a good plan, even if you make some mistakes, you can still triple or come very close to tripling at Town Hall 16. So let's just dive right into the attack now. And we are in. So I just want to say that you can like have a look at my hero equipment. It's all the default except for the king. He has the gauntlet, and in these attacks many things can definitely go wrong, and if I do end up failing, it's fine. I will explain why I failed the attack as well, and you can definitely learn from them. But that being said, let's just get started with the attack. So I'm just gonna start some archers here and there. Oh, there's a Tesla over there. I see. Okay, there might be a Tesla farm out here, but overall that should be fine. Just start with this thing over here. We don't want to waste too much of time on this, and yeah, overall I think we can get going. Okay, that Yeti did its job. I'm just gonna wait for the queen to kind of circle around a bit, then we can deploy the wall breaker. Just waiting a little bit. let her walk towards the right a bit, and we can do this now. Yeah. Now I'm going to explicitly break these walls over here so that the next wall breaker can go deeper into the base and hopefully target the poison tower. So now I'm just going to wait for her to get the town hall. She's going to pull the CC, she's going to pull the poison tower right after this. She's walking around a bit. I'm just going to drop some more cocoa loons for her. That looks like, okay, that's not a bad CC to do it actually. I think I'm a little late on my my wall breaker now. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, she's just gonna go to ability, but that's okay. I'm gonna just start the king over here. She's done her job, the Lalo, with the CC pull. So I'm just gonna get started on the Lalo right over here. Yeah. Keep the queen alive. The queen has died, but it's fine. We should still be okay. I'm just gonna freeze this up, drop the skeleton spell, drop some more loons to support a bit. The healer should shift to the royal champion now. And I'm gonna rage this up, and then we can pop the Gordon ability as well. I forgot to deploy some headhunters, but I think we should still be okay, honestly. Yeah, I can haste going into the back end, make the royal champion invisible. That should take care of the enemy queen. Oh, my royal champion is chasing those pups out over there. That's fine. Overall, I think we're looking decent, I would say. We still have the royal champion ability. And I need some cleanup over here. Yeah, I'll just drop the minions behind. And I'm just gonna try to save on the warden on the royal champion's ability to pop into the last few defenses. So after it becomes 96, we can just do that. And that's a 3-star. So yeah, a lot of mistakes were made. I couldn't keep the queen alive. I didn't wall break her into the poison tower over here to get the scatter shot. And I don't think I placed the poison spell correctly. But what I was trying to do with the wall breakers at the start was just make sure that the 4th wall breaker which I had could go into the poison tower. But the clan castle was actually a good clan castle against the queen charge, and it was right when the damage was a little high. I should have probably invested more spells into her, but that's fine. You guys saw that even though I made some mistakes, because the plan was powerful enough, it still tripled. So yeah, we can just move on to the next one. Okay, so I was just looking at some of the other bases that were there in this war, and I was thinking of doing an attack on this one that we have over here. So once again, let's just start with like the weaknesses that are there on this base, which you can try to exploit. One weakness we can see right away is the town hall is all the way out on the edge, so is the CC pool. But we also have a very, I would say, heavy area right behind the town hall. Like you can see, most of this area is like comparatively much lighter. So the challenge that is there on this base is probably like the core enemy queen, and how the fact that like this area over here, it's pretty isolated, I would say, in terms of like the defenses that are there around it. So overall, it looks like a decent base, I would say, but again, like there are some weaknesses which you can definitely exploit. So in the last attack which I did, the flame finger actually successfully managed to take down both of the multi infernos, which allowed us to actually triple that. So I'm gonna try to do something similar over here. I was thinking of going for a zap into lava loon over. I can't even say lava loon anymore because that's the event troop. So I'm just gonna call it a zap lalo. And I was thinking of zapping out this compartment over here, and that should open up value for a flame finger to be dropped right around here somewhere, and that should take care of this much of the base, I would say, provided that I zap this out. So I'm hoping that this much of the base is gone, with the help of some spells and my siege machine. So I was thinking of having my queen just come in really quick and snipe the town hall and the warden statue. I can drop some troops, maybe like a giant or like some barbs up over here to pull the CC, and my queen can fight it in the corner in peace. So that is definitely something I'm going to take complete advantage of. I can even pull whatever skeleton traps are probably there in the area, although I'm expecting them to be hiding around here rather than the outer edge. So overall, it's going to be a good challenge. Let us just see. Like, that's the weakness I'm exploiting. So overall, the plan so far is the Flame Finger is going to take care of like this much of the base. We have zaps coming in for this much. The Queen is going to take care of this much. This is the plan so far. And the Queen is going to be supported by an Ice Golem. Maybe I'll invest some spells to help her stay alive, depending on the situation. But that is something we're going to have to see depending on the traps that the defender has set. But you can see how it's kind of like shaping up right now. This opens up a nice path actually for a Lalo to come in from over here. Now over here is where things start getting dicey, because you can see it kind of branches out towards the core. But what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of joining my king and royal champion actually from the bottom side right over here. So I'm thinking of just using one wall breaker over here. I'll have the king go in, I'll have the royal champion go in, I'll give the royal champion one headhunter as she is about to start fighting the enemy king, and hopefully that should provide the pathing for our balloons to go towards the core a bit more and take out the rest of the core right over here. It's gonna be a bit like multitask. It's gonna be a bit of multitasking, but it's just what we're gonna have to do on attacks like this. So the weakness that I'm exploiting over here is going to already make the base very weak. Like, that's a lot of the base that's already chipped away. So we should have plenty of troops to just keep throwing at the base. We should have plenty of spells to keep throwing at the base. And overall, I think this is a good plan as well. The only challenge I'm seeing is this enemy queen. So what I'm going to have to be especially careful of is starting the king and the royal champion very early. I have to pretty much start them as I'm ready to start the Lalo, so that they can clear this much. And what I'll do is it will force the Lalo to pass through the core like this. You could say. So that's something that's going to be very, very interesting. I'll be using my free spells over here, obviously, to protect me with the royal champion. If my king is tanking with his phoenix, then I'm obviously not going to disturb anything out over there. But overall, I think this should be a decent plan. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, we are in. So yeah, once again, I've kept the same equipment as the last time, and you can see the pets as well. My flame finger has a Yeti bomb in it. Last attack, I forgot to mention this, but I had mass rocket clones in my CC actually, just to in case the Infernos didn't go down for some reason. I just wanted to make sure that they went down. But yeah, let's just get started with it. Good. I'm just gonna quickly check for some traps in the area. Okay, that is looking good as well. So I can just drop that right there. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna drop one archer up top, and let's just pull the CC. Alright, looks like the same CC as the last time. So overall, I think we should be able to manage it. The queen can just solo it by herself. I'm gonna drop the poison on the queen, but I'm trying to also make sure that I get that minion as well, the super minion as well in it. So overall, I think this is looking fine so far. The queen should walk off to the left over here, and I'm just gonna drop the ice golem as well. Let's just freeze this. I don't want to lose the ability right away. I think she is going to lose her ability. Yeah, she's going to. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'll just end up using my king as well over here in the case that things don't go my way. So things like this keep happening. It's perfectly fine. We have to expect these things actually. So maybe one other thing I could have done is I could have probably used my Royal Champion instead. So now I'm just going to let the king start taking that damage. That's good for us, and we can get going. I have to still plan to keep the Royal Champion for that area over here. So I'm going to try to do that as well right about now. Okay, so maybe I can do that. I dropped my headhunters a little late. I should have probably tossed them while I had my warden ability active. I don't have too many spells right now to help keep my Lalo alive. And this is looking a little... Yeah, my Royal Champion got targeted. Sadly, my Fox is also upgrading right now. Otherwise, this would have been like so much easier. Okay, that Monolith is going down, but we still have the Royal Champion to deal with, so that's like another problem. Yeah, overall I think I was not very efficient with my spells and I underestimated the Inferno over here. I probably should have placed my queen a bit more towards the top for her to stay out of the range of the Inferno, but I guess we got a little unlucky. It came pretty close despite all the mistakes. As I was saying, like, that's the motto, like if you have a good plan, even if you're not very comfortable with an attack, even if you make mistakes, it still comes this close. Like it's so... That's the nice thing about this game. Like, you get rewarded for having a nice plan, and you guys know I'm not really a Lalo attacker. I'm a super bowler attacker, and despite of that, we still came this close. There were obviously like a lot of mistakes. I did not place my headhunters in my warden ability. I could not get my queen to take the town hall, but overall it's fine. I think I'll still take that considering how inexperienced I am with Lalo. And we'll move on to the next two attacks. We've got some super world hits coming up. Okay, so this is the base that I have over here for super bowlers, which I was thinking of actually trying to take down using super bowlers. So this is the kind of base you'd probably find in your 5100s, 5200s in Legend League, but they can be a little annoying to deal with, especially because of like how weirdly spread out the base is, and it's like completely closed, and you don't really have the best pathing to the base because of the nature of the compartments themselves. So what we can do on bases like this is we just need to kind of realize where we need to get the bowlers to. So after we realize that point on the base, we need to start forming a plan to get there. So I noticed that if I can get my bowlers into this compartment, and I should also mention if I can get my bowlers and my queen into that compartment, then I have access to all the heavy defenses on the base except maybe these infernos over here. So let's just take a look at what all I can reach from here. I can grab the monolith, the queen, both these X-bows, both the X-bows here, the town hall, multi-archer tower, scatter shot, eagle, the other scatter shot, and the clan castle as well. So overall, most of the heavy defenses are pretty much located around this center compartment over here, which just means that we need something to kind of like deal with like the outer perimeters a bit. Like you can see, like we still have infernos out over there. So that's where we can use the remainder of our heroes, our sieges, and try to push them to help with that value. So a very naive approach on this base would be to do something like a warden walk over here, a flame fling over here, and then somehow push the bowlers to the middle and just place a jump over here. But I can tell you that that is not the best way to do it. It might work, it might not work, but there's a pretty good chance that you are not going to get what you're looking for, and I'm going to tell you why right away. So if I went for that approach where I just took out this compartment with a flame flinger and I took out this compartment with a warden walk and then pushed my bowlers through over here, I would have to place my jump right over here, and there's no guarantee that these compartments will have finished going down by the flame flinger by that point of time. And because of the enemy heroes as well being everywhere, basically the scope is very broad. Like the reality will be something like this is how much base is going to be left, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna warden walk all the way up to the gold storage. So this is a very wide area for the bowlers to cover, and it's going to cause a lot of splitting for you. So we're going to try to thin that path a little bit, and instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to warden walk like this much of the base, and then I'm going to have a flame finger over here side by side with the warden. So what that's going to do is it's going to quickly funnel out like this much of the base, and that allows me to place my jump kind of like this, something like that. It doesn't matter if it goes into the scatter shot, but note that I'm not giving access like this. I'm going to be giving access more or less like this, and that kind of makes the bowlers follow a path like this instead, and it's giving them a higher chance of staying grouped up, and we're just going to try to take advantage of that entirely. And remember, I want the queen in the core this time, so I'm going to be using the king to funnel, because only the queen can reach some of the buildings at the back over here. So yeah, I think I will switch my king from the gauntlet for this attack into the barbarians, just because of the single inferno over here. And let's just see how it goes. Let's dive right into the attack. Okay, so you can see I've brought my Legend League army for this attack. I haven't really changed anything at all, and I have a Master Cutler CC just to show you guys that it does not matter if you have a good plan. And now I have some experience with super bowlers, so just the same way, like if you have experience with some army, as long as you have a good plan for the base, it should be relatively easier to go through. And I'm just going to try to show you guys exactly that. So let's just dive right in. So ideally I would have liked probably a Yeti CC, but again, this is kind of like a showcase where we also like help you plan your attacks. So again, we're just going to stick to the plan. We're going to have 2 wall breakers for these walls over here, 1 wall break for the king into the single inferno, and that should help our borders go through. So let's just see that in action. I'm just going to test for some Teslas around the perimeter. We can pop the flame finger right away, and we'll even get started with the warden. Why not? Just 1 Tesla, barely out of range of that air defense. I'm going to start creating a small funnel over here, just to ensure that we go through the core actually, and yeah, also keep following up behind your flame finger. No reason not to do that. So just 1 archer is enough. Let's see if I can get the dark laser storage. Oh, the builder's gonna heal it. Oh man. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the cannon to fall. The wizard has done its job. Maybe, yeah, after the cannon goes down, I'm just gonna get started a bit over here. Like that should be fine. The CC is going to the warden. Let's freeze it up for now. I might lose my warden ability, but again, like, stuff happens. You can't really help it. So let's just do that. And let's just place the jump a bit early, just like that. Okay, now that I had to use my warden ability this early, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to hold on to my poison spell. And we can start reaching up over here, and I can start putting the poison on the enemy heroes actually. So yeah, let's just see how this goes. It's a good thing my queen's in the core, so her affinity to the healers is actually pretty high. I can start the king as well to support, the royal champion as well to support, I should say, on the other side. I have my queen ability still. I'm going to use it right here. The town hall should go invisible in a bit. Should be okay. But I think we will still be targeting the town hall itself. Yeah. And then we'll go for the monolith. The royal champion's doing a good job up top. We have a good queen charge going through the center. And we have our Yetis supporting us along the side as well. We still have our king yet to go to Phoenix. We have a Titan alive as well in the core. I think overall it's looking good. And yeah, we lost our warden ability right at the start. I didn't even have the correct CC for this. I didn't use my headhunter. But overall, I I think it should be fine. Just I didn't see this lab at the bottom. That is probably going to be a bit of a problem, but overall I think the base is pretty much gone. I think, yeah. Hopefully the warden doesn't start attacking the wall. Oh, lucky that the wall is also pretty low height. Yeah, I think we should be fine. So yeah, placing the jump like that at the start, even though I didn't have my warden ability to save me, you can see mistakes happen. They'll happen to anybody. It could literally be anybody. For some reason my warden didn't follow my queen as well, and the CC got stuck on him, but it's fine. We pushed through. The bowlers did their job. They got rid of most of the core. We just had the town hall left, but we had a nice healthy queen charge going in for the back end. So yeah, let's just hop right into the next attack, and that's going to be the last one for this video for you guys. Okay, here is the fourth and final base that I have to attack in this war. So I think we have seen this base layout very early in Town Hall 15. It could be menacing. We can see like the actual compartments are pretty much very, like there's a lot of trash to deal with over here. So the funnels can be very expensive, you could say, and there's not really any defenses in the area as such. Like all of this is just pure trash buildings. So it's not even like a flame finger can help you with the funnel. So overall, you have to be very strict, I guess, with how you set the funnel, and that should enable you to push through the core. So as of such, the base is pretty simple. We just want we want to somehow get our bowlers through over here, because after we enter either this compartment or this compartment, we can reach the town hall. Like that is not a problem. The only other issue is we have like infernos with enemy heroes on the sides to deal with as well, on each side. So our bowlers can only handle one of the two sides, you could say. We don't really have a definite plan for say the third inferno. Like now suppose, like I'm definitely going to try to smash through here. I'm saying smash because I'm going to be using super bowlers on this base. There's no reason not to, because of how compact the area going up to town hall is. We're just going to punish how heavily dense the entire core is, and then it should be easy to take out the town hall. These spell towers are not even reaching up the town hall, so this is going to be a very easy pickup. But again, I'm just gonna tell you guys, like, it's easy to make a mistake because of the amount of trash that's there on each side. So again, we will not be doing something like this. We will not be doing a warden walk with a flame finger on opposite sides, just because it's not very feasible. Instead, if we use a flame finger, what's actually going to happen is we might even risk up opening these walls over here because of the splash damage. That could make the bowlers leak out rather than go towards the core because of how much trash there is, and it's not going to be easy for us to clean up every single bit of it. So what we're going to try to do instead is I'm going to have a warden walk as well over here, as well as the flame finger. So both of them on the same side of the base, yes, the same corner. And what that's going to do for me is I'm going to just try to chip away like this much with the warden, and the flame finger I'll try to place it such that it can target, like it'll start over here and it'll like chip away at like these buildings over here. And I'm starting from the royal champion side because there's a good chance that my flame finger can take this multi-inferno without ever getting targeted. So that is it. Like the flame finger is in charge of like this much of the base, we could say. My warden walk is going to handle like this much of the base, and that sets the left side of the funnel. For the top side of the funnel, I am thinking of going with a slightly spammy style approach. I'm going to be using my legend army again, my legend league army, and I'm thinking of just kind of placing like my king, my queen, and I'll even drop like the Yeti up over here somewhere in between. Hopefully the queen joins back into the group and the king walks off over here. The king should walk off, but I'm skeptical about what the queen is going to do. So if the queen decides to walk back, it's good for us. But if the queen decides to walk with the king, again, it's not going to be much of a problem, and I'll tell you why. It's because either way, we just want a funnel base set for the bowlers. We do not have to worry way too much about the exactness of what troops are going where. I just need one wall break over here. I can probably use two wall breaks over here, so even if the queen like goes off the side a bit, she can help reach the enemy queen, maybe even grab the multi-inferno on the way. So I think that's the plan that I have in mind for setting the funnel. This is definitely a good spot for my skeleton spell as well. I can tank the ricochet cannons, I can tank the warden, I can tank the king and the single inferno. So that is one more weakness in the base I'm going to definitely exploit. As for my jump, I'm going to just place it like this. I'm going to try to give access to this air sweeper compartment so that my bowlers can target the scatter shots over the wall. You can see the path I'm trying to give is more or less the diameter of one rage as well over here. So it makes sense to try to give them access into the air sweeper compartment, but definitely do not place your jump like this. Do not do that, because then your bowlers can split anywhere into this compartment and we cannot cover them. The healers will not be able to support them, and we are hoping that our Flamefinger handles this side anyway. So because the Flamefinger is handling this side at the bottom, I'm going to try to restrict my bowlers to stay on the right side of the base over here. So like this is the only amount of access that they have, and it will be easy to keep them alive. So that is also one more important thing. Definitely give them access, but not too much access. We want them to be kind of grouped up together so we can keep all of them raged up and healed all at the same time. And that's when your bowlers can work really well. So that's enough for the planning. Let's just get into the attack. I think I'll switch back my king to the giant gauntlet for this one, because we have a multi-inferno over here. Alright, yeah, I'll see you guys in the attack. Okay, so we are in, and yeah, let's just get started. There's not much to really talk about. I think I forgot to switch the gauntlet on my king, but we will make it work. Or we'll at least try to make it work. Again, like there's no guarantee of any of these things. Traps can ruin everything for you. Sometimes your execution timing is a bit off, but overall it should be fine. I have a Yeti bomb in my clan castle. Everything is pretty much default. Yeah, this is my Legend League army. I think I will be keeping all 3 army compositions that I use in the description. Of course, you can play it around with them. Just have fun with it. So now I'm just going to test for some Teslas as well out over here. Might as well drop this. Oh, that's a nice Tesla farm for us actually. So it's good that the Tesla farm is right out in front over here. So that should enable me to be not too scared about what to do for the funnel. So now that the Teslas are out in front, I'm gonna just not use my wall breakers at the very beginning. Instead, I'm going to kind of hold on. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm just gonna try to do something like that. Maybe we can wall break them in a bit. But I only have the one wall breaker now. So now I'm gonna have to be a bit more careful. And we can just get going with the smash already. Yeah, one wall breaker right there. The king is doing a fantastic job. The queen has done such a good job with the funnel, honestly. Place a jump early, perfect for that access. But the flame thing has broken the wall over here. So I'm just not going to rage up for a bit. Just going to freeze. Let's see what the queen decides to do. Okay, she walks off to the side. No problem. Honestly, no problem. I think we're going to expect the same CC. We can start raging up. I'm just going to use my ability early, because I don't really have anything to help protect the Titan. So all in all, I think this is a bit better. Yeah. Okay, the tornado trap was very well placed. Good job on the defender's part. So we're just gonna have to try to recover this as best as we can. We only have one border with the warden left, and we're just gonna rage them up. Let's just see what they can do. Oh, the bowler died, and the Titan is pulling the aura for the warden. But again, things can go wrong. We still have a royal champion, and I can just rage her up over here. Should be no problem. I'm just gonna pop her ability. I think this is looking fine. Yeah. Once again, mistakes were made. Uh, the the queen was started way off to the edge. I could not try to bring her back into the smash. The tornado trap was very well placed on the defender's behalf, honestly. So that's a good job that they did. Oh, this is gonna fall a bit short. Just a bit short. Yeah, that's a bit unlucky. But again, mistakes happen. You have to recover it to the best that you can. Overall, I think, yeah, 98%. Not too bad considering how things went, but definitely keep an eye out for those weaknesses on the bases. I could not help the Titan kind of like stay alive in the fort. Stay alive, I mean, I should say the pathing was not the best. So yeah, my timing was a bit off for this last attack, but you can still see, like, because the plan itself is good, the flame finger itself managed to grab a lot of the left side of the base. I had to waste one wall break over here, which gave me delayed access into the inferno as well over here. And yeah, sometimes mistakes like these do happen, but you can still see, if you have a good plan, you can recover to a great extent, and you can still come out with almost a 3-star. Anyways, that's it for me for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you find these tips useful, do leave a like, maybe give me some feedback in the comments. It's all just to help the channel. Do share with fellow clashers, and yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.